Straight to the point, what in your view are the best arguments for accepting the position that Selassie is God?
Well, all right. First, what you said a while ago about opposing Christianity and Rastafari opposing. I don't think Rastafari is opposing Christianity, because the foundation, the Rastafarian theology, is really based upon Christ.
Right.
So it's not like you're opposing Christianity. What we are opposed to is the idea that came from to us via Rome.
White man.
Yeah, the Roman Catholicism, in terms of how the Roman Catholic control Western Christendom. That is what we are really opposing. So we're not really opposing Christianity as such. Christ, the Rastaman accept Christ. The man 2,000 years ago that walked in Bethlehem, Nazareth, Reservoir. The Rastaman is saying that the Bible said that Christ would come again in the flesh as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of Judah, based upon Revelation, Daniel, and a lot of the prophets. The Rastaman is saying that based upon what took place between 1894 and 1892, based upon what took place in 1930 and 1935, we, the Rastafarians, is saying that that Christ that was there 2,000 years ago has now manifested himself in the person of Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Yes. How do you justify that claim?
We justify it in reviewing history, in looking in the Bible context, in looking from what we...
Which Bible? The same Bible that the white man has given us?
King James version of the Bible.
That the homosexual man, according to you, the homosexual man King James commissioned?
Yes, that is the Bible we're looking at.
So why you have confidence in that Bible?
Because the Bible was not written by King James.
Ah.
It was translated by King James.
Did he pervert any of it?
Well, not really by him, so much as
bad.
a group of people who...
Yeah, he commissioned a group of
yes,
people
yes.
to translate the Bible to what we now see as the English translation. If he perverted any of it,
yeah.
Because long before King James, Constantinople and all these Romans and Greeks who were taking away the African concept of religion and concept of God, they took also the books that is now called the Bible into Europe, and through politics and through their own conniveness to really gain a hold on Christian and what we say religions of the world, they manipulated the words of the Bible to suit their own political and religious means.
So how do you know that the parts that you accept to show Selassie divinity were not manipulated somehow? How can you trust those parts?
All right. Because we're not looking now on just the Bible as it is written now. We are looking on history even before the Europeans decided to descend on Africa.
Clinton, how do you respond to...
Well, the only problem you would have with the view is that if they tampered with the so-called original Bible, then anybody who makes that claim would have to provide manuscript support for it. And I don't think there is any.
There's no proof.
No, there's no proof of what?
You have no manuscript support for the argument that they tampered with it and to show the particular in which they tampered with it, to show a white bias, let's say.
Yeah. There's no proof of that.
No evidence for it, manuscript-wise.
All right, so we can look on certain translations. There's certain translations that has been brought to us that we hold fast to be truth. Yeah. But in the, all right, for instance, the idea of the word virgin meaning not having sex. Now, I don't know where the concept of the virgin not having sex come from, but the original text that it was in the original way it was meant to mean is meaning that there was a young woman, a woman who was a maiden.
Hebrew.
Oh, well, no, the virgin one is wouldn't be the idea. Parthenos in Greek definitely means a person who is sexually pure, untouched. Alma in Hebrew need not be a virgin untouched. It could be a young woman.
Yeah, what we...
So you're saying the Greek that was...
No, the Greek is stronger than the Hebrew. There's
but it wasn't written in Greek first.
It was.
No, it wasn't written in
Greek. The New Testament.
New Testament.
No, I'm saying that it wasn't written in Greek first. We're talking about what was written before the Europeans descended into the land.
No, but you have the Old
mean-
Testament would be Hebrew.
Yeah,
The Isaiah text is
Isaiah
Alma.
text,
yes.
Alma is dubious. Alma could be a virgin, meaning sexually untouched,
Yeah.
or a young woman. No, that's
Yeah.
fine. But when it is used in the New Testament, the Greek word is parthenos. There's no question about it. Parthenos is untouched sexually.
All right.
And plus, Mary says,
So what we are saying
I
then-
know not a man.
Yeah.
And you know, sko in Greek also means, could also mean sexual intimacy. She does not know a man sexually.
All right, what we are saying now, that is the Greek that translated that concept
Yeah.
into saying that this woman was a virgin. I mean, virgin meaning
Oh,
without
okay,
sex.
without sex, okay.
That is what it is saying.
Yeah, that's what-
All right. So we are saying now that the word virgin, as it is used in the Bible, relating to the original text, was not intended to mean that this woman did not have sex.
I think you said
Oh.
that it could mean either way. In Hebrew,
No, but we're not talking about it
Isaiah.
either way. No, because I say what he's talking about is the Greek interpretation of a Greek word. I am saying now that the original text, like how it was written, it was not meant to mean that there was a woman that was going to have a child that didn't have sex.
But that's the context in the New Testament.
Yeah, I'm saying, but how it was originally meant. If, for instance, when the prophets, like Jeremiah and Daniel, when they told you about the coming of this Christ, right? I'm saying that originally, when they were prophesying about this Christ, they were not prophesying that there was a woman that was going to come that didn't have sex.
No, well, I'm with you in a sense. You can take it two ways. You could say, all right, fine, the prophet said, a virgin shall give birth. Or you could translate Alma, a young woman shall give birth.
But that is what we are complaining
That's
here.
what
Now.
he-
That's what we are talking
he
about
said.
now. Say.
So the Old Testament has two possibilities.
Yeah, what we're saying now, coming back to what
why
I
you
said,
accept,
we are saying now
why we
that
have come down to
the
accept.
European concept of the virgin birth is what we accept.
No, you can't say that. What
Well,
you have-
look out there in the world and see what it
no, you would have to go now and say, fine, you move from the Hebrew text.
To the
You
Greek.
come now to the Greek text of the New Testament, and you find the statement in the Gospels
Yeah.
that a virgin shall be with
Yeah,
child.
but I am not moving from the Old Testament. You know.
No, but what he would say,
No, I concede Alma
Yeah.
can either mean virgin,
but
sexually
it is
untouched.
definitive. When
more
it is
definitive
inspired
in the New
in
Testament.
Luke,
Yes.
when it is inspired in Luke, it means
By the
that.
Greek interpretation.
Not
no Greek
interpretation.
By the, I
interpretation.
mean the Greek
The
translation.
Greek language.
The Greek language,
Yeah. When it is
itself.
interpreted by the Greek language, it means a woman who didn't have sex. When you look into the Old Testament, it didn't mean that there
Necessarily.
it didn't mean that a woman went come that don't have a child that don't have sex.
But Christians traditionally hold the view that the New Testament gives further revelation
Yes.
to the Old Testament.
Yeah.
That some things that are obscure in the Old
Yeah, and
become
also-
clear in the New.
Well, I don't.
So we'd have to accept the New Testament interpretation of the Old. You couldn't use
No,
the
not
Old.
necessarily. Not necessarily.
we
Not
can be
necessarily.
detailed on that tangent,
All right.
but-
Not
Yes,
necessarily
okay.
because one man in the Bible tell you that Christ was hung on a tree. I want to say he was nailed on a cross.
It's not a
All
serious
right.
problem.
No,
could
it's not a
explain.
serious problem,
Yes.
but it's the
The
interpretation.
contradiction. Yes, yes.
It's not a serious problem. It's the interpretation that if we was to accept that one man same was nailed on a cross, meaning same have nail in him hand, and one man was on a tree,
Yeah.
it would mean no. Then what happened to the point where it says hold me hand and look there?
No, but
and you
the,
see.
the two are not
We're
contradictory.
gonna
necessarily.
take a break at this point, but we're gonna be back for more.
That them did that say in a Rome when Nero did there.
Same thing.
No one could buy or sell unless them deal with the emperor. So every time something happen that we don't like, we return to the book and try to validate our existence in that book. Is that is happening?
Serious thing.
Every time we're looking at the book, we see something where related to we, and we say, see it there? Them don't know, see it there? And we, this, 400 years we're in a prison, 400 years. And it's 400 years. But it don't mean so because 3,000 years ago, some people that walk up and down and get lost for 400 years, it means, say, yeah, man, that did not talk about we. I know we that talk about. I know I that talk about, as a matter of fact, it's not I, and I will say we again, it's not I. It's not I that talk about. You understand? I never did a walk like I a crazy man. What happened to the people that was in China when these things was happening? It means that God never have no responsibility for reveal himself to the Chinese, to the Indians, to the Aboriginal, to the people them we up in Finland and all these people, to the Druids them and all these people. Nobody did have a concept of Jesus and Hebrew God. I'm going to say it again. the concept of God that the Christians have, that the Muslims have, cannot be interpreted as the salvation for everybody on earth. It cannot work that way. Because culture does not allow that to happen. Cultures does not allow that to happen. The earth never built in one culture. People spread out. People move out of Africa and find themselves in Asia, find themselves in Europe, go across certain peninsulas and end up all in America and end up all in Jamaica. And hundreds of years people there are Jamaica, you know. Hundreds of years people there are Jamaica. Before Columbus come and all them people. The people was here long time before Columbus born in Genoa, in Italy. So there's nowhere we're going to know damn those people to hell because of where them come from and them culture will bring them up. Sure. So all them people there, warm to them people there with the Mayan temples, where them used to do things where they will give credence to today. Because we find say the Mayan people them worship a certain God that we want blood all the while. Throw young virgins off of the pyramid them and all them where there. Then you have the Israelites them used to have sacrifice young boys. Them used to kill them best of animal, the firstborn of each family was seen as precious and all them things there. All of these things take place in them days. It's not me to talk to. It's not me to talk about neither. You know, see, it'll tell about a story where some people write 3,000 years ago where it'll facilitate a certain concept and idea because of the political and social situation that them find themselves in. Through them cultural expression. And we can't leave out the culture. The culture is what defines a people. The culture defines a people. When you look at a certain cultural expression, you know, say, yeah, so them people they move, them come from this country. So them people they move, them come from that country. It's the culture define people. No one religion can define the whole culture, the whole world. It's joke business. Joke business. So don't make them fool you. Most people are waiting for a savior to come save them, to get them out of the poverty where they find themselves in. To get them out of the thinking where they find themselves, I think, the thoughts them where them have. Well, if people are look for something, them not look for someone, them look for something, even though them personify the thing and call it him. Them say him. Him so come. Brainwash. If you say it so come, them feel say yeah, be disrespectful. But when you tell them say him, alright, him relate to a masculine, which is man. So him is a man. Them say no, him couldn't be a man. Then if him is not a man, then why you say him? Why you say him? Why if I say it, I wrong? Because it is true and it's better you to say it. It's better when you're dealing with your creator, you say it, than to say him. Because you're giving it personality. Because when you start to say him, everything that you say about him is what man find themselves doing or is thinking. You don't believe me? Check the Bible. Check the Bible. When the Bible says God is a jealous God, what it mean? That man has said these things. So man have to push over film thinking and film ways onto this thing. Yes, it's a thing. Because I don't know if it's a man, I don't know if it's a woman, I don't know what it is. I know people talk about it from my barn, I hear about it. And I say, all right, if this thing is what I expect it to be, which is all this and all that, it's man that say it. Everything, the attributes of God come from man. If there was no man, there wouldn't be any concept of God. All concepts come from God. So if a man say, him, the next thing I'm going to show you say, him don't like this and him like that and him don't like that, which is really him not like it, the person who has said it, or the person who make him say it. It's not nothing out there make him say these things. There's no law in the Bible that is coming from something out there. None. But when him put it there, in order to keep it intact, him have to give it another personality other than himself. Because people usually don't listen to the next person. Like, you know, listen to we don't listen to prime ministers and all these people. Especially when they say certain things. But if the prime minister could have find a way to give it over to something, to make you fear, just like how people make the child might not be fearful of the mother, you know, but if it's from the mother, say, look here, you see, if you go over there, so God are going to do you, punish you, or God are going to do this. You're frightened to see how that law embedded in the person, in the child, that the child knows that she not go over there, so she not go over there, you know, because the boogeyman I go over there, the Rasta man, I go over there. You understand? Because that is how now fear develop in a people about this thing. Yes. Everybody fear this thing, this unknown thing. Because them give the thing some attributes. That is terrible. Them give it some terrible attributes. To make you afraid and fearful and all these things. And that is where we start out the argument with. Why is it that these people who is religious must have all these fear factors embedded in them consciousness to push it upon people? Because all of them is fearful of this thing. And them push that fear upon people. A man I tell you, say, boy, you have to go baptize in a water. Baptize of the Holy Spirit and the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And dip in the water, you get up and you're supposed to be a new person. There's nothing making you new more than you're thinking. It's a thinking, it's not the water actually when push it in. The water is really almost like a ritual. A ritual. Very much where you say the water represent life and, you know, and newness, you're born again and all these things. Those are metaphorical languages that is used to sometimes confuse the lame and the ignorant. Yes, it confuses the lame and the ignorant. Black people, we have to wake up out of these little fantasies and illusions that has been perpetuated for 400 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, 2,000 years, 3,000 years. It a go on. And we don't recognize the world is different places with different people. You understand? And what you do in your space don't necessarily mean that the man have to abide by it over your field space. Where a man do over next door me is where he do next door me. Maybe he do something I don't want, I wouldn't never do. But him over there. And I don't care what him want over there as long as him don't come over here so and don't make I want to make I do it with him.
True, facts.
It's just simple. I don't want to farm in line. I don't want to be in line. I want to understand the line, but I'm not going to farm it. You know, see it? And we must understand that this thing that people create in their mind is farther than them expect. How far it is, it's further than even in them. Because sometimes they project it outside of them and make it become almost like a terrible thing to confront. You don't want to confront it. Like if you're walking in the dark, you don't want to buck up on God. It's just simple, you don't want to buck up on God. You know, because you fear, you're frightened. Sometimes people are walking in a bush, you know, most time you go down in my bush and you see a banana tree in the sun, in the moonlight, the banana leaf or rock. It look like a somebody up down there. But I have to hold myself and say, Muta, where you deal with? Nobody not down here, man. Are you one down here? Because the next person, the next thing I think, you know, it's not no it down there, you know. It's a person down there. And then now I have to go really deal with it a different way. It's a person, I think, man. Some people are walk down there and them say that him not think it's a person. Or the banana tree. Him I think says it. It. some ghost business. I'm grandmother come back. I'm him dead uncle from 2-3 years ago when never did see when he was dead because COVID did not go and couldn't go to the funeral. And it's madness. It's madness.
What madness?
Madness. And a whole heap away. Feels that somebody will watch me continuously. The hunger of someone will watch you is you. Somebody else will watch you still, but watch it can't work. Yes. This is the cutting edge on RFM. The man I talk about fantastic plastic people. Yes, fantastic plastic people. Okay, so we're not come up with the subject yet because we feel it's like a disease in a whole heap of people consciousness where them. I know a whole heap of ones out there cuss me, I know. Yes. I know my Christian friend, them I pray for me now. Lord Jesus, just save him. Make him heart turn round and, you know, a couple years ago, not even a couple, several years ago, I talk about like maybe 7-8 years, a woman tell me up at university, she give me 3 years to turn Christian. She say, a man like you can't be saved so all the while, you're going to turn Christian 3 years. That was about 7 years ago. But when we look upon where we are going now, I couldn't go turn Christian virgin. No, sir. No, because it's like a pious thing. You know, it's like a pious thing, Master. People who feel say them in a better position than to be saved. Yeah, them feel say them will get saved. I don't know where them will get saved from because I'll tell you, say, if atomic bomb drop in Jamaica and all the whole of it gone, you know, and when the rain fall, it no fall upon one man who stop. I just saw, when the rain fall, it no fall upon one man who stop. You see, man live in a house and it strong no rotted and breeze blow it down said way. Could have prayed a little more just like the COVID. You see in the past now go down at the where them place where them keep the people them. Down at the hospital, go pray over people and make them get saved. Eh? All them only for oil where them have a throw around people at time, but throw around people olive oil. Look how much people have murdered people in Jamaica. Them forget couple gallon of oil and throw around the whole of Jamaica and save the people them. But them are save people with olive oil. Olive oil are for drink and for fry food and rub up on your skin and all, make your skin shine. It can't save you from nothing. Name epilepsy and this and that by sprinkle it round you. A joke business to make it look like say the man have more power than you and him have a connection to God where you not have. You know, if him feel say you have connection to God, him do have no connection to no God. It's lie I tell. Just because him up there preach and you don't listen and say hallelujah to him, and him study the Bible more than you, and him have more words from the Bible, you feel say boy, him save more than you. That's why him can do what him want to do with the young girls them in the church. And some of them are trouble little pity them, especially in the Roman Catholic Church. Pedophiles, Pantapa pedophiles. See them just move one day, Francis a call for him because them a say, oh, him get a little youth, tell him, say him last sleep with a little youth. And them put him in another place and give him a higher ranking. And Pope Francis I said, no, we have to bring him back here to come make him answer to these charges. It's just a simple thing. So all what you see are going, these things is some corruption of people culture, corruption of culture. I hear them talk about dancehall and all them something there. Dancehall culture is not something that I give favor to. But when you look on what breed the culture of dancehall, where the decadence of the dancehall, and when you look and see how the youth them are going and all them things there. If the fear what them are talk about in them wouldn't do them something there, but there's something, some manifestation where them not working properly. They must stop go to church every January, but them have prayer breakfast. All them go for doing them a good breakfast and belt. And wear them nice jacket and tie and thing, and then come out and things get worse. Things not change.
Never.
Things not change when them do that. All of them come to the newspaper and say, who was at the prayer breakfast and reverend this and reverend that and that. It's a terrible thing, and the people them go back to them. Them do have a business about the people them condition. Whole heap of them no business about the people them condition. Look at all the road them, you know. You say the pastor go to go fix road. No pastor now go to car, that's no film problem. Film problem is to get a big tent and have 5,000 people in that $100 for every 5,000 people, $5,100. And then them can send them picnic go Miami and go a university of foreign. And when them want Dr. Bill, them go where them call it the tweets, the 20 tweets section of the. Hey, if me sick of them, me want go 20 tweets. Yeah. Mix me up with them. Mix me up with them. You know, see Trump just go so bad and go to hospital. Which hospital? Him go to one big hospital where the best doctor them in the world that take care of him and come out and say, see there, you must be like me, man, you say. Me immune to it now. Meanwhile, the whole I'm friend them a catch it. The whole I'm friend them a catch it. And the people them who a jump up and talk about no mask. Them a catch it too. Them look on the chart and them say the places where Trump keep him rally them. It's just to spike them more. Then something can't tell you say something wrong then. If the people them with the nomads people them in the area where them there, more people are catching more than other people them were in the Biden area. Something must tell you something, man. If you read some book, or if you don't want to read the book and you have your phone, there's so much audio books on your phone, your iPhone, that you can really tap into. It's very important now that we get information, you know, because the person with the most information, I'm going to win the war, you know. All we are going, you know, the more information is the more you know what to do. But if you sit down ignorantly and I look on things and I sup in everything with people, I say without any other perspective. Because we need some other perspectives. Yeah, man, just like how we are talking about the culture of different people. You know, and what guide them in a film culture. Them way of religious practice is different from the man over the other side of the earth. You understand? You have to understand why them do what them do in a film culture. Or why they manifest them way in a film culture. What is the historical reference point that bring them to this part of the time, you know? Because there's something that make me here. Something that make me here. We have to understand what causes us to be here right now. What causes us to be here. And we have to understand it. And if we don't understand it, we might end up and repeat the madness we make there. So even though some people are tell you, say, yes, a lucky thing white man take you out of Africa and would run up and down naked and wild over there. So that is an ignorant ass. That is a person where you obviously don't understand what is going on in earth historically as it relates to him and his ancestors. Him don't understand it. So him talk all sort of thing about Africa. You never hear him say nothing about Europe yet. Him never hear him talk about the Black Plague, where destroyed 70% of the population of Europe because of nastiness. Rat infested Europe, kill a whole heap of people, and then them turn around upon one another and kill one another and tell them, say, yes, it's because that group of people never believe in a Jesus, and that group of people bring it down upon them, so they make the thing worse. Worse. Them don't tell you about, well, them tell you about it, but people, black people, don't even absorb it. That the tribes of Europe was fighting against the tribe of Europe in a World War I and World War II. Millions of people dead. Millions of people dead. White people kill white people like wow, and them have black people that help fight them war for them. Them not tell you all these things. Them not tell you all the kings them, the crimes where the kings them commit against them own people, against them relatives and family. Them not tell you about the Pope the popes of Rome, how them did wicked, how them scheme and connive, forget you the people, how them collect money, forget you the people sin. Yes, them used to do it. Them make it addict where them do certain things and them say, all right, if you want your sin, you pay a certain portion of money and them can intercede with God or Jesus or Mary, God them merciful Mary too, for intercede and say, well, why this man I need to get some forgiveness. And it's that them do. Them do in a school, in school, African history is not taught in school. Our icons is not brought forward in the schools. Because we still getting the long time argument them. You know, and the main one is white Jesus, where them have imprinted indelible in the minds of African people. And all black people, you tell black people, say, hey, watch out, you can't, that is not Jesus. Or that is Jesus, but it's not him you must worship. Anyway, which way you want to take it. It's just simple. Because some people believe that Jesus, and you can't get out of them head. Some people blacken the white Jesus and feast him upon a new leaf. If him worship a black Jesus. Worship a black Jesus with the same thinking is not different. It's not different.
None.
You worship a black Jesus and tell the people them say the black Jesus feed 5,000 people with 4 fish and 12 barley loaf. It's the same madness. Same madness. If you tell the man them say there's a black Jesus where call out a dead man with smell, out a coffin and say Lazarus come forth. You don't make no difference. I better just keep him white. There's no reason for blacking the white Jesus. No reason. Because if you want to change your whole idea, then it make a difference. It make a difference. But if you start to really quote this and quote that, and Jesus said that, and then I say that black Jesus you worship, it don't make no sense. Just continue the white Jesus or eliminate him totally out of your brains, out of your consciousness. Yeah, man. That should be the law. That should be the way. Peter Tasha Christ him need equal rights and justice. And it's so relevant it is at this time to say the same thing. You know, long them song they make, and it's still relevant at this time, yeah. Because the same things them prevail. It's not that they make it for this time, you know. It's not that Peter Tasha that sing it for this time. They must sing it for a time where him in and where him experience. But the more things change, the more they remain the same. So the song is very relevant now. I won't go look now and say, see, there Peter Tosh is a prophet because, see, the things over him, I say, it come to fulfill. No go so. No go so. Peter Tosh is not a prophet, but man, I'm not a prophet because them sing something where you are living at the time now, where it happen, and then you say, him did prophesy this already. No, him talk about him time. Him time I work with. But it come now and realize that the thing not change in the social condition. And it come here so now. And you can't relate it to your time. But it's not this time him did I sing it for.
Sure.
It's just so it go. It's hard for really figure say so it go thing, but it's so it go. None of these artists was singing for now, 40 years ago. Most of these songs is not written for no. It just happened that the things don't change. Things don't change, so everything you play about the same thing and it come like a no. See there? Look how long Bob Marley sing them thing there. If it should have in our archives right now, it shouldn't there so I play again. But you play it now and it come like a no in my talk. So you relate it to no. So the song become very popular again because imagine a man that sing 50 years ago or him write something 100, 2,000 years ago and see it come to pass now. It now come to no pass because the social condition not change. You're going to go play it for the next 100 years and it's still relevant. You know, so it's just so humanity stay. humanity depends on that trajectory there. You have to have all of these things inside of your consciousness to move you forward. I wonder if anybody out there want to talk. Maybe we should take some phone call. Yeah, maybe we should take some phone call. Remove the chain them. But guess what? We have to move it, you know. We have to move it out of our mind. Cannot chain it up on our foot again. But we have to move it out of our mind because the chain around our mind is more dangerous than the chain around the ancestors' feet. Yeah, more dangerous. When we are going to move the chain them, that is the question. Somehow we don't even know such chain there. Somehow we don't even know such chain there. We get complacent in how we are do that. We are say, what am I talking about? We slavery. We can't do what I want. I'm free to do what I want to do. Free to do what you want to do. There's a mirage. Them put in front of it. Mirage. That is right there. So, we'll continue the journey. As we say, if anyone want to call and say anything,